Good evening, good evening, good evening. Willie A. Price of A Better You Lifestyle. And tonight is our first Sunday of the month. And every first Sunday of the month, we talk about understanding your you. And tonight, I want to thank you for joining me for Understanding Your You, where I am again your host, Willie A. Price of Willie A. Price Speaks. And this is A Better You Lifestyle. That's the name of our show. Tell you a little bit about the show to just kick it off. Every Sunday night at 8 o'clock, we do a show, A Better You Lifestyle. Our first Sunday is Understanding Your You, where it's all about understanding you and just understand about yourself and how you influence yourself, how others influence yourself, and how that develops you into the person that you are. And it allows you to be in a situation where it's going to depend on who you surround yourself with is going to determine sometimes how far you go in life. So understanding your you and the people that are around you. Second week is A Mother's Love, where we talk about personal development and things with our children, with the youth that are around, we are around, how we can influence them and encourage them to be the best that they can be. And then the third week is Financially You, where we talk about finances, financial literacy, savings, entrepreneurship, streams of income, anywhere from franchises to starting your own business to investing in the stock market, investing in real estate, running and managing real estate. All aspects of financial literacy, how to save money, how to get out of debt, all those kind of things we talk about on the third Sunday. On our fourth Sunday, we talk about making your house your home. And making your house your home is just that, all about real estate. When we talk about real estate, it's more so not just buying and selling real estate, but how to maintain real estate, how to maintain your home, how to make it more energy efficient, how to reduce your energy costs, how to make your home better without having to put a lot of money into it. A lot of times we say we don't have enough money to do certain things in our home, or how to maintain our utilities, how to reduce utilities and things like that, our taxes, our water bills, all those kind of things. Just making your house your home, making yourself more comfortable with the home that you're living in. So that's what we talk about every week. We talk about a different subject. But again, the show is A Better You Lifestyle, all about how to make your lifestyle better for you and your family and for those who are in your family, making it a better lifestyle for yourself. Tonight's show is Understanding Your You, and the subtitle topic is, what is this cancel culture? What is this cancel culture? And I'm kind of glad that I actually got up and I did my exercise program. And a lot of people that know me, I do an exercise program every Sunday through Friday. I do a 7 a.m. workout for 15 to 20 minutes where I get up, and I started this workout about 7, 8 years ago. Somewhere around there, 7, 8 years, going on 10 years. And I started doing this. Hold on one second. I just want to make a note. Okay. All right. So I started doing this workout, and I started doing it because a lot of people may have known, and I share quite often about how I had an accident, and doctors told me I would never walk again, and all these kind of things. And I did begin to walk again. I share that story about how I was able to walk again. But after I started walking, I overdid it. And as a result of me overdoing it, I hurt myself and was not able to walk, was not able to really walk and get out and do the things that I wanted to do prior to you. When I started back walking again, I was walking, I was running, I was jogging, but I didn't have an ankle brace on because I thought I was Superman, because I was, hey, I'm up and I'm walking, I'm doing everything, but I didn't have a brace on and didn't realize that I needed a brace because I didn't realize my ankle that had been removed wasn't strong enough to support my weight at the time. And as a result, I ended up injuring it trying to run and could not walk. And as a result of that, I went from 205 pounds to 260 pounds, 265 pounds. And I tell you, it was the worst feeling in the world. It was the worst feeling in the world. And as a result of that, I would look in the mirror and I'd be walking down the street and I would see my image and I was horrified. I was so depressed because I was so big. I had and especially for men, one of the first places we gain a lot of our weight is in our stomach area. And I was so big that when I looked down, I couldn't see my feet. And then I had went out with some friends on a boat ride. And I was so big that I couldn't sit on the same area where everybody else was sitting on the boat. I had to actually sit by myself on the boat. And I was looking at a picture that was taken of me, and I'm sitting there and I was so big and I was so depressed that I did not like what I saw in the mirror. I did not like what I saw in those pictures. I did not like what I saw when walking down the street and looking in a window and seeing my image as I'm walking, trying to hold my coat with my fingers because I couldn't button it up because I had gotten so big that I couldn't fit my clothes. And it made me realize that I needed to create a better me. And that's how A Better You lifestyle came about, is because I needed to create a better lifestyle for myself so I could be proud of myself, so I could feel better about myself. And I used to notice, when I would watch people working out and different things after they've worked out and lost weight, how they smiled more. You see people and they, be overweight like myself. I was never smiling. I was never happy. I was depressed. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't walk up a flight of stairs without stopping halfway and having to catch my breath. I couldn't tie my shoes. I had to actually put my feet up on like a chair or a staircase or the couch and tie my shoes or put my shoes on because my stomach was in the way. And I was so depressed because that wasn't the image that I wanted to have, especially going out and talking and working with young people. I wanted to present a healthy habit and a healthy lifestyle to them. And so that's how A Better You lifestyle came about. As a result of that, I started doing this 7 a.m. workout. And I was doing this 7 a.m. workout every Sunday through Friday religiously for 7 years. 7 years, I'm getting up and I'm doing this workout and I'm encouraging people, and people are contacting me. I had people from all over the country, joining me in the workouts and watching the workouts, maybe not at the time of 7 o'clock. So I actually started at 6 o'clock when I first started, but at 7 o'clock. And then some people would watch it later and do it during their, when they came home from work or at evenings before they went to bed. But people were joining it. I would have 40, 50 people sometimes on this workout. And I would have people posting pictures, and I would post pictures of the weight that I lost. And I still post those pictures showing where I was and then where I was 2 years later, then 2 years after that, a year after that, how I had gotten down, and just encouraging people. And you could see, and people would see, and I started to notice myself that when I lost the weight, I got more confident about myself. I felt better about myself. I liked what I saw in the mirror. I started to, shave and make sure that I looked nice when I went places. Because at that time I didn't care. Because I didn't care how I looked, and I didn't feel nice looking. Nothing fit right. Things didn't look right when I looked in the mirror. I put it on and I was bulging all over the place. So I was depressed with it. And so that is how A Better You lifestyle came about. And I was working and encouraging people because I started doing it live on Facebook because I wanted to encourage other people and as well keep myself constant in the workouts. So that is how that started. So back maybe about 2 years ago, about a year and a half ago, right when the pandemic started, right before that, maybe about 2018, I'd gone through a divorce. So I was a little depressed and things like that. And people knew it. But about 2 years ago, right when the pandemic started, I had started, joining different groups. And I saw this Kevin Samuels video, and I was watching a lot of his stuff, and I was watching and joining a lot of different groups. And I was hearing about this cancel culture. And I heard about cancel culture, but I didn't care much about it because it had anything to do with me, so I didn't pay much attention. But one day I was watching something, and I talk about these groups because I'm going to talk about the groups again later. I was watching something. I saw this picture posted on social media, and it was about Lizzo, and it showed her holding this big cup in front of her breast, and she was sitting down with her legs crossed, like in an Indian pose, and she was naked, totally naked. And the thing was, I was looking at the picture, and I said, that is not a good look for her. It's not an appealing look for her, and it's not a good look for her audience, for her to be like that, posted like that. It doesn't encourage people, in my mindset, in my thoughts, in my opinion, to be healthy, to get healthy, because it wasn't a healthy look. And that's exactly what I said. And so as a result of that, cancel culture kicked in. I didn't realize that's what it was at the time, but cancel culture kicked in because I started getting attacked. I started getting attacked by various women, on social media, telling me that I was fat bashing, that I didn't like Black women, I was against Black women, and so forth and so on. And I just kind of blew it off because I was like, no, that's not me. And people who know me know that that's not me, because I have Black women and white women friends that are all shapes, sizes, and colors, and so forth and so on. So that's not me. I'm just voicing my opinion. And what happened was, after I said that and posted that, and I posted the picture and I explained why I said it, other people in the media and on social media and celebrities and so forth, other people also, and doctors also said the same thing about the picture, that it wasn't a good look, it wasn't a healthy look, it wasn't a good encouraging look for her audience because of the look. It wasn't encouraging, and it wasn't a healthy look, and that she needed to get herself together. And I'm gonna talk about that again later, because I saw something with Lizzo, and I'm going to talk about that as well. And I bring that up because that's when the cancer culture kicked in. And like I said, I wasn't paying a bunch of attention because I didn't think it affected me, and I wasn't fat bashing. I was just stating a fact that it wasn't a healthy look. But people took it as I hated Black women and so forth and so on. And so that's where it first started. Now, the reason why I'm talking about cancel culture, and I'm going to talk about the rest of what I'm talking about, is because about a week or two ago, I got a phone call from somebody who I really admire and respect, and and they respect me, and they see the things that I'm doing in my programs and the things that I'm doing. I'm always sharing with them what I'm doing with youth in the community and with families, and how I do this financial literacy things and personal development and financial literacy and all the different things that I'm doing, not only with youth, but with families and in the community. So this person contacted me, and they were very upset. They were very, very upset. I need to make another note. And they were very upset because they went on to tell me that, first they had a little conversation, of course, to build into it. And I knew something was going on because of the way they kind of went into the conversation. And they began to talk to me. And then they finally asked me, what was I saying about Black women on social media? And what are you talking about? I said, I really haven't said anything lately. I said last year, year before, whatever it was, I was saying some things that I was posted about Lizzo and so forth, and some women got upset. And then, I saw it was getting out of hand. So he went on to say that this person was talking about my programs and about all the good things I was doing in the programs and how they should be in more schools and all this kind of stuff. And he was literally attacked. He was literally attacked by some women. He wouldn't tell me who the women were, but he was literally attacked by some women, a woman, a couple of women, whatever it was. But the bottom line was he was attacked and told how I hate black women, how I'm against black women. I fat bash black women, and I try to degrade black women and all these type of things. And it bothered him. It bothered him because, again, people who know me, I can be sarcastic, of course. That's part of what I do when I do my shows and when I do the different things I do. And when I'm with my friends, I can be sarcastic and I can make jokes. And then some of my jokes are a little off, but, have I ever actually intentionally said something degrading to? No, I don't think I have. Me saying that Lizzo presented a bad image and wasn't a healthy image, that's the truth. And I wasn't the only one that said it. But apparently certain women, and I saw this happening, and that is one of the reasons why I stopped talking about the subjects on my page, is because I started to see, and I explained to my friend, I said, I knew something was going on because I would go into different groups and I would post on different pages, and I started to notice that this certain groups of women were following me into these groups and posting in the groups, telling people, I was against black women. I hate black women. I'm degrading black women, and I shouldn't listen. I don't, don't listen to what I'm saying. And, and then I find out that they're going into the schools, and he's telling me these things. And I've been hearing things, that, they're going out and telling people don't support my programs. They've actually contacted schools and organizations that, because I used to post organizations I was working with or trying to do things with. And I didn't realize that was a mistake, because these angry people were going out and contacting these people and telling them, don't support him, don't use him. He bashes black women. He's fat bashing, and he's this bashing, and he doesn't like black women. I mean, they went on and on and on and on. So it got to the point where I started having to block people, where I started blocking people. And it really bothered me, because I was like, people who know me, they know how I am. They know I have friends of all shapes and sizes. And I think one of the things that got them is one day I was talking about, I'm always talking about different topics. And so one day I was talking about the type of woman that I would date. And one of the things I was saying is that I prefer not to date a woman that wears a lot of makeup. Did I say that women shouldn't wear makeup? No, I didn't. Did I say that, anything other? All I said was I prefer. And I had my reasons, and I didn't give my reasons because I didn't want, again, to be attacked, or people think I was talking about certain people, so I didn't go into why I prefer that. But then I stated I prefer not to date a person that wears a lot of makeup. But then I went on to show some images of people who were wearing makeup and then how they looked after wearing makeup, which is, again, part of my point as to why I prefer not to date a person that wears makeup. But then I started seeing posts. Oh, there you go again, bashing women. There you go again, dogging women. There you go again, degrading women. I can't say the type of person or the type of woman that I prefer to date. I can't have my opinion, but a woman or other people can, primarily women, can have their opinion about the type of man they want and the type of, way he looks, or how much money he's got to have, what he's got to be able to do. But a man voicing his opinion about the type of woman that he wants to date, he's wrong. Because you should just take them as they are. And that's what these people say. Well, you should just accept her as a woman as she is, because there may be some things on the inside that might make her special to you. And no, it ain't. If I don't like if I'm not comfortable with what I see on the outside, then I will never be comfortable with what's on the inside, because my focus won't be there. Because and the same thing goes for women. When you meet a guy, there's certain things that attract you to that guy. And if it's not there, it don't matter what he has on the inside. Y'all might be friends and be friends for life. And I have friends that I'm friends for life with, and they wear a lot of makeup. Will I date them? No, because that's not the type of person I prefer to date. And like, again, I said I had my reasons, and it goes a little deeper than what I'm talking about here. But that was another subject that, again, I was bashing. Then we were talking about bonnets. Bonnets shouldn't be worn outside as accessories. There I go, bashing women again. And although, what is the bash? Bonnets shouldn't be worn outside as accessories. What was the bash? But then again, this just added fuel to the fire. This just added fuel, and it allowed people to get into, the things that they said. So, but what got me is that this person, when he contacted me, it also made me realize, and I started to notice that, and I started to really realize, like I said, I stopped back then because of what I saw. People contacting my clients and telling them, don't support my business, and I shouldn't be in the schools talking to young people because I'm encouraging them to hate Black women. And no, but I was encouraging them to understand that they have a choice and they don't have to settle for anybody in their circle, which is what I'm talking about. Understanding you're you. Who's in your circle? Who's in your life? Who's going to help you to be where you need to be? And if that person isn't benefiting you, if that person isn't a person that you feel comfortable with, and you're trying to be forced into a relationship because you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, you're going to be miserable. You're going to be miserable the rest of your life. And that goes for kids, that goes for adults. But if you can help a kid in the beginning understand that they have choices, even though a lot of people out here say we shouldn't voice our choices, because cancel culture will get you if you voice your choice and say, hey, I prefer not to date, a woman over 5'6". Oh, you're bashing women that are tall, and I had stuff like that. But these are the things that people will take something and run with it. And I found that that's what was happening to me, is that people were going out after my programs, and it wasn't so much they're affecting me. You're going out. I was doing 7 programs working with young people on their personal development, financial literacy, helping them to become more self-aware, nutrition, hygiene, all the things that I talk about, me posting food on social media and showing people the things that I'm eating, trying to be healthy, again, encouraging people. These are all the things I'm doing in the schools with kids and programs. And all that stuff got wiped out temporarily. Part of it was from the pandemic, but then schools and organizations were reluctant because these women were attacking me and contacting different organizations and telling them not to support me, or if my name came up for bringing my program in, and if someone was a female, certain females may have been on that panel or a part of that board or whatever, they would bring up this, well, I heard he was bashing Black women. They had no clue what I said, but this is what they heard. And so it just really got crazy. And what really got to me was when I talked about, I was talking about height and weight and stuff like that, which is what we're talking about. But the reason why I was talking about height and weight is because I was looking at one day, and like I said, a lot of times I'm looking at things, I'm paying attention to different groups, but I was looking at that height and weight chart that goes around the world, and people say, if you're this height, you should weigh this much, and you this height, you should weigh that much. But I realized, and like everybody else, that chart doesn't apply to Black men and Black women, because our bodies are shaped differently and our bone structure is different. So it doesn't apply to us. So I had asked the question. I said, I'm looking at this chart and I'm trying to understand, and maybe some of you women can help me. And I addressed it to the women. Maybe you can help me. I said, what is a average height, or what is a decent height? I didn't know how to put it. What's an average height for women 5'2" and under, 5'3" to 5'6" or 7, and then say 5'7" to 6 feet? What would be an average, or what is considered an average height for those average weight and size and dress size and those kind of things for those different heights. Because I'm looking at this chart and it's saying for the chart, even for me, it says for a person that's 6 feet, which is what I am, I should be weighing 185 pounds, 190 pounds, or I'm obese. That I am super obese. And so that was the thing, you know, I knew I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, I am not obese, but by this chart, it's telling me I should be weighing 185, 190 pounds at the most. And that was overweight at 190. I haven't weighed 185 since 190 since I was in college. So I knew the chart was wrong. So I was asking this question and I was asking the women because I can't ask men. Women know better than men what these, you know, how to address these things. So I asked the question to women. Can you help me understand, you know, what would be a good height, you know, for that height? What would be a good weight? What's a good dress size? What's a dress size, an average dress size, you know, that kind of thing. Because I hear these numbers and I don't know these numbers, you know, 8, 6, 12. Let Kevin Samuel tell you it'd be a size 6 or 8. Now, I think that's small. I don't know how small it is, but I think that's pretty small because when I hear women talk about dress sizes, I never hear those numbers. So I think that's pretty small, you know, and I don't know what height it was that he was referring to when he said that size. But, you know, so I was asking the question. Oh, there you go again. Fat bashing. There you go, bashing women, dogging women. Nope, not paying attention to any question, the question or the reason why the question, but I'm bashing. And it all stemmed from me making that comment about Lizzo. And it really bothered me. It really bothered me to the point where I stopped doing a lot of stuff on social media. I stopped posting a lot of stuff on social media. But what I found is that even with my exercises, I got put in Facebook jail because these women started contacting Facebook and telling them that my workouts were against their culture, their standards, and that they were vulgar. And that's what they said. The workouts were vulgar. And so I was put in Facebook jail for 2 weeks and then a month one time. And then every time I would post something, I was getting attacked. And then Facebook would put me in jail for some reason. So again, I started finding that I had to stop posting my food. I had to stop posting my exercises. And I just want to talk about something else. I was on another show, and again, cancel culture. These people were following me from group to group, to page, attacking me, attacking the people on the page that would respond to the comments I was making, telling them not to support me, that I hate Black women, this, that, and the other. And so I was on this show, and a young lady came on the show, and we were talking about dating and how, you know, type of date, you know, type of person you're into, and this, that, and the other. And so this person came on to the show, friend, came on and said, we want to do a show and we want to do like a blind date based on the type of person you say you're into. I give a description, this, that, and the other, what I thought, you know, would be like a typical, you know, basic date for me or whatever. And they were going to set up this blind date for me. And we were going to go out and we we're going to film it and do this whole story on it, just like a little entertaining type activity. And this person got attacked by women. Women were inboxing her and attacking her. How dare you set up a date with him, and he hates Black women and this, that, and the other, and he be fat bashing and he be doing this and he be doing that, to the point where we weren't even able to do the experiment, to do the project, to do the program. And it was just something, again, showing you how angry people are. And the thing was, one of the people that was attacking me, all this stuff, they decided that, you know, they started to realize that, hey, a healthy lifestyle and whatever they were going through, they started getting healthy. And next thing I know, they're posting up pictures, sending me the pictures of them, you know, losing weight and different hairstyles and smiling. They never smiled. They would never smile because they were so angry. So they look so miserable all the time. But now all of a sudden they're sending me these pictures and they're smiling, they're happy. all excited, in different poses and this, that, and the other, fitting, wearing these nice outfits and everything. And they're sitting, and I'm thinking to myself, this person was attacking me, going around telling people don't support me because I'm fat bashing, because I'm saying that people need to live a better lifestyle and be healthy and be able to. I don't want to be with somebody who can't go out and walk with me. They don't have to go run on the track with me, but be able to go out and walk. And we have to keep taking breaks and those kind of things because of their health issues or their weight issues or whatever the issue is, that they're not in a healthy situation where they can enjoy life. Nobody wants to be with somebody like that. But again, I was bashing. I was putting people down. And this person, who was one of the main people doing this, was now showing me and sending me how they've gotten healthy and they're doing all these different things and lost weight and hairstyles and all this stuff, smiling in the camera, posing because they've lost all this weight. And they were the perfect example of what I've been talking about. That, when you feel healthier, when you feel better about yourself, which is what I was saying about myself, I started to do more things. I started going out and I started socializing. I wanted to be around my friends. I'm laughing, I'm smiling. I felt better. And I looked at my clothes and I felt better in my clothes. And that's how a Better You lifestyle came about, was helping people to do that. And even though this woman will never admit it, it helped her, because that's exactly what I was trying to do, was help people like that to understand that, when you feel healthy about yourself, you do better. Because I always, even my workouts, I say a Better You lifestyle: physical, personal, and financial. If your physical is not together, if you are not together physically with your nutrition, your exercise, all those kind of things, the personal and the financial will never really come together. Because no matter how much money you have and how your personality is, you lose it when you're not healthy, when you're not feeling good about yourself, when you look in that mirror and you don't like what you see. That affects your personal. And because of that, it takes away from your finances, because you don't get out and do the things that you want to do in life. And that was what my whole show was about. And my friend that I said called me a couple weeks ago, he's like, well, maybe you should apologize. Maybe we should apologize to the women. But how do you apologize? What am I apologizing for? And I didn't say that to him because I didn't want to seem defensive. But it was, what am I apologizing for? I'm apologizing for encouraging people to get healthy. I'm apologizing for encouraging people to eat right and be careful of the things that they eat. I'm encouraging people to be aware that your children are watching you, that not only the things you say, but they're watching the things you do. And if you don't live right and eat right and exercise right and speak right and tell the truth right and all these kind of things, and treat your partner right, your children see those things. They see you before they will ever see me and be in one of my workshops. So people are so worried about me going into the kids being in my program and me influencing them, but they're going to see you. You're going to influence them way before I ever get an opportunity to influence them. And so it really, really, really bothered me with that whole thing. And then I just want to close out with this before I go, because like I said, people who have known me 5, 10 years, plus 10 plus years, know me. And I went out to a couple of events since this pandemic has been over. And I've had people who've known me for years walk into these events, and I'm speaking, I'm excited to see people, because some people haven't seen it in 2 years because of this pandemic. Not speaking to me, rolling their eyes and walking away from me because they heard that I was bashing Black women, that I don't like Black women, that I was dogging Black women. I was saying that Black women shouldn't wear bonnets. I was saying that Lizzo didn't look healthy in that image that she presented. I was saying that what is a good size for a woman who's 5'7", what's a good dress size, what's the average dress size for those people. I was asking all these questions. They didn't say that what I've said, because they didn't know what I said. All they heard is that I was saying something about Black women. And these are people I've known, people who've known me for years, not speaking to me. I walk into a room and they rolling their eyes and they looking at me and turning and walk away. I walk up and I'm excited. Hey, how you doing, MC? And they look at me and walk away and turn their head. And I see one girl rolled her eyes at me and turn her head, sucking her teeth. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? And I see, I'm glad I got on early this morning and I did a conversation while I was working out this morning. Because I have started back my workouts. I had stopped doing my workouts because I got so discouraged about people reporting them and all that stuff. But I started back my workouts this morning. I'm not going to let you cancel anything that I do. So, but I got the opportunity to get a lot of my cursing and swearing out the way this morning. So I don't have, I'm glad I did that because I was cursing up a storm this morning because it really bothered me that much that people were trying to cancel what I was doing in the community, which you can't do. You may stop certain things because certain people will listen to you, but those people who really know what I'm doing and see the things that I'm doing and know that what I've been doing and working with young people in the community all over the country, not even all over the states, all over the world, I work with young people and adults and families and men and women all over the world is what I do. That's what my programs do. They reach all over the world. I'm in talks right now with people over in India. So, I mean, all those kind of countries and Canada and all these other countries. So for what, you can't stop what God has blessed. And because I'm not doing anything, it just irritates me that some people will go out of their way to do that. And I want to talk to, and so, like I said, these people who know me, but what really got me is that these people were saying that I hate black women. I hate black women. But then for the last 5 years, no, I think this was for the 5th year that I've done this. For the past 5 years, every October, I do this celebration called Celebration of Beautiful Black Women. Celebration of Beautiful Black Women. I started doing that because I felt that our Black women, not just celebrity Black women, not celebrity women in general, whatever, movie stars and actors and actresses. I said our Black women that I know need to be celebrated. And October was my month that I started 5 years ago, celebrating Black women, recognizing the Black women that I've met, Black women that I've known, people that I've met on social media that I've had some interactions with, all these things. It wasn't dating. It was just people who I've met and became friends with on social media and then on the internet. I was posting pictures of these people, short, tall, thin, large. It didn't matter. Celebration of Beautiful Black Women was the title. I got reported for that. People were posting that was a good standard. But what really got me, I started getting phone calls and text messages telling me that people didn't want their picture posted in that celebration anymore because I was bashing and I was dogging and degrading Black women. I'm recognizing for 5 years, celebrating beautiful Black women of all shapes and sizes. But I don't like Black women. Almost 1,000 women, close to 1,000, 700, 800,000 women. But I don't like Black women. And I'm bashing Black women. And it just really puzzled me because people who know me and the people who have seen these posts, every October, I do this. For 5 years, I've been doing this. Nobody made me do it. I wasn't charging to do it. I wasn't advertising to do it. It was my way of recognizing beautiful Black women and how they should be celebrated. But I hate Black women. I hate Black women. Think about that. And I'm going to close out because I got some other things I need to go be doing. And I got to get off of here for this. I wanted to close out with that because that is what I talk about. When somebody tells you that I hate black women and I'm against black women, you tell them to watch my programs in October and how I celebrate black women. I'm not even getting into cancel culture because cancel culture can't cancel me. I'm going to continue to celebrate black women. I'm going to continue to ask questions if I want to ask a question. And I don't tend to do it anymore on my page. I do it in another group where I can do that without feeling like somebody's going to attack me, because that's what this group is for. So we can have those adult discussions about shapes and sizes and colors and hair and eyelashes. We have all those discussions and nobody's offended. Some people do make offensive comments, but it's all in learning and understanding each other. So, that's neither here nor there. But I am not going to be canceled. And if somebody tells you I hate black women, you tell them to check out my page in October, Celebration of Beautiful Black Women. And like I said, I've had people contact me and say that they don't want their picture up there because I don't like black women. I hate black women. Okay. Well, your picture's on somewhere that's celebrating black women, but I hate black women. If you are one of those people, and I'm going to put this up in September too, August and September. If you are one of those women who don't want your picture up in that celebration, because I was going to stop doing the celebration, because I actually stopped this year. I didn't do the whole month because I kept getting attacked about it. But if you are one of those women who don't want your picture up there, inbox me, state on this post or whatever you want to do to let me know that you don't want that up there, your picture on there, and I will delete it. I'll delete your picture and I'll leave you off, because I'm not trying to. I don't want to offend anybody by recognizing them for being a beautiful black woman on my page. So I'm going to close out with that because I got some things I'm supposed to be doing. And you guys have a blessed night. And I will see you next Sunday at 8:00 for A Better You Lifestyle, A Mother's Love. And have a great night and see you next week.